Dichotomy News. You hear it first.
Good evening, good afternoon, whoever you are, wherever you are. You are now tuned into another episode of the Dichotomy podcast at Riverdale Park. Baby.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Darius The Great from the Dichotomy News, man. So the Dichotomy News is a segment where we talk about things, just current events, news that's going on in the internet and the world overall. So today we want to talk about a guy I had a privilege to interview named Smart Guy, New York. Shout out to Harlem. And in the internet world and internet news, a lot of things have been happening with Smart and his name, allegations about Smart. Is he valid? Is he sincere? Is he a scam artist? Things of that nature. And today we just want to talk about that and touch on that. I'm going to say this. I'm just here to offer nuance, objectivity, and a non-biased view. So my experience working with Smart Guy, was great. Honestly, it was great. He did not scam me. He actually was very persistent in communication. So I'll tell you this. I met Smart at an event. I was at an event in New York in the city. Shout out to DigiWax. Shout out to the Matrix Studios, my man Damien and Corey and everybody at DigiWax. I met him at the Penthouse at an industry event. Saw him, dopped him up, got his math. We rapped and everything. So I hit him. I said, hey, I have a podcast that I do in DC called The Dichotomy. I would love for you to come on the podcast, talk. But gave me his math, hit him up, told me his fee and everything, gave him a deposit. So we were supposed to have the interview the same day the Knicks parade. And it was crazy. He was coming down to DC to shoot, and I was going up to go to the Knicks parade, and then I was going to shoot back to DC. But the traffic was so crazy. So Smart hit me up and said, hey, can we reschedule the interview? You know what I mean? Can we reschedule to another day? That was a Thursday, and I remember vividly because we did it on that Saturday. We did it at Riverdale Day. So he hit me up, let me know that he would be down Saturday. So we was down, waited, came through, saw him, gave him the bread, half of the interview, you know what I'm saying, for the other half, the back end, for the interview. And it went great, man. He was positive. He was telling us about his boxing match that he had coming up on August 22nd. I was like, yo, I'm going to try to go to Harlem because he said he was going to shoot at the Magic Johnson Theater to support, you know what I mean? Because I like the guy, you know. He has some controversial takes on our platform, but, that's him. I could, compartmentalize people and not agree with everything they say, but, some things I do agree on. So on this episode, we just want to talk about what's going on currently. So he's been getting accused of being a scam artist, getting over on people. They say the boxing match never happened. He had posted something on his story about him being in the hospital and people asking for refunds. The boxing match never happened. So we just covering this news story because it's happening in real time. And again, I just want to be a fair and objective reporter and give nuance to the situation because two things could be true. He could have did great business by me and he could have got over on other people. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to decide that, but I still want to cover this story.
So I'm going now. I'm fighting in jail, cutting people, stabbing. Now I'm in Southport Box. So I'm thinking this is the way. Then you get to Southport Box, and then my bunkie at the time, he like, yo, dog, like this ain't it. He got life. He ain't coming home. He been in a box for 15 years.
See, I knew he was lying from the first clip. When he said in the first clip that he went to Southport and he was with a bunkie, he's lying.
So y'all just seen that. Y'all seen Zip with the Drip talk about he felt like that Smart was contradicting himself about where he was locked at and kind of embellishing the story about him being in jail. Again, like I said, I'm a neutral person. I'm being neutral. I'm not picking sides. I'm being objective. The thing about things like this, man, in life, everybody, I'm going to say this. We all embellish the truth sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Especially in social media. Now, me, I try to be as truthful and honest and straightforward as I possibly can. Me, I don't lie per se. I don't always volunteer too much information because sometimes telling the truth or being too truthful can be actually harmful to you because a lot of people don't want the truth. Nobody cares about the truth when the lies are more entertaining to a degree. But like I said, Zip said what he said. He felt how he felt about the situation and felt like he was contradicting himself and he was lying and things of that nature. Again, I'm not here to judge nobody. I'm just here to talk about, you know, what's going on and what's happening in this situation. Shout out to Zip with the drip, and that's his opinion. What do y'all think about that? How do y'all feel about that?
You see this guy? This guy told a whole bunch of people that he's fighting August 22nd in Santa Monica.
So August 22nd, not only are we bringing awareness to cancer. So August 22nd, not only are we bringing awareness to cancer. And you don't got footage this 22nd, right? I'm excited.
Yo, shut the fuck up, God. Yo, Sean, I ain't even gonna front, Sean. Word to mommy, Sean, I gotta give my son smart as flowers, God. This nigga so ill with the scammery, and this nigga so intelligent with the trickery. This nigga had other niggas arguing with me that he's really fighting August 22nd. And get them people back they fucking money that thought they was watching you fight on pay-per-view for our 106 and park your fucking jaw, God.
So you see what my man David Flat said, aka the Ping Master. Ping! Shout out to him, man. He's hilarious. He basically was saying the whole fight was a fraud. He really wasn't going to fight, and he shout out Smart for like his scamming skills and his scamming skills being on 1,000, right? So that's his thought. Again, like I said, I'm neutral. I'm not picking sides. Tell me what y'all thoughts on this.
All right, boom. So I'm going to bring this back to the top. This is 2024. I'm reaching out to him. I see you in shape, bro. Would love to do an exhibition with you. Think we can raise a lot of money in pay-per-views. Now, this is 2024. Mind you, this fucking weirdo has been saying I've been ducking him and I've been trying to make a fight happen with this dude since 2024. Video call. Let's fight, bro. I think we can do a lot of pay-per-view numbers. Giving him my number. Not responding. Mind you, time is going by, right? Now, let's hop on a call. What's your number? He's ignoring everything but making comment, like trying to use me for clout because now I'm starting to go viral. And then now, as my presence online becomes basically undeniable, now this dude, bro, we're going to set the fight up. This is almost a year later. Bro, we're going to set the fight up. I'm going to have you talk to my handlers. You got to remember that I know you already and I know how you do business. We're going to make it make sense before anything. First of all, he doesn't even have any handlers. He's lying. Then I'm saying I do great business. The only person he might have me talk to is Shannon Briggs or the guy that he was doing a podcast with, that he's not even doing a podcast with anymore.
So, again, fair and objective, Mr. Fair and Objective here. Y'all seen Smart's response. So I put that because it's always two sides to a story. Sometimes the truth usually lies somewhere within the middle. And you see what Smart response was and what he said. So I asked this to ask y'all, during this time, during social media, it's a lot of smoke and mirrors, a lot of people presenting one thing and saying another and living his lifestyle, and a lot of, it's like we in the Matrix, a lot of lies, a lot of mistruths and things of that nature. But it's just the time we in, and it's entertainment, actually. Like, I feel like social media is the new entertainment. I feel like it's the new entertainment. It's, people want to be entertained. So they feeding you a product. I'm not saying it's right and it's wrong. I'm just thinking this is where we at into society today. My final thought on this is the truth lies somewhere in the middle. Both can be truth on both sides. My biggest hope, I just hope this situation get rectified and it gets settled because, listening to Smart's story, I could relate to him a lot. He had a troubled youth. Him didn't have the greatest relationship with his mother. I could relate. I could definitely relate to that. Not having the greatest relationship with your mother, getting in trouble, and overcoming them circumstances and them odds to become somebody. A lot of times when kids come up from traumatic backgrounds or traumatic events, they can develop skills of being, cunning, manipulative, even having some narcissistic traits. And with social media feeding and all these people telling you great, you can have some narcissistic traits. I don't know if that's the case with Smart. You know what I mean? Like I said, I can't make this judge. I can only go off, my interaction with him, which was brief. But if he is, let's say, scamming or getting over on people, I will offer him some grace, not in the sense of like trying to enable him, but because he went through a traumatic childhood, he had to fight for himself and go through things. I understand maybe why he would do these type of things, right? He just gonna have to get it how he get it. And if that's the case, if that's the case, Smart, I hope you get help, and I hope you overcome those things, because I want to see you win, and you can't, win unless you heal within. You can't go through life trying to get over on people because it's going to only make things worse. So if that's the case, man, you're my prayers, brother. I wish you well and I wish you the best. Now on the other side, if it's what they saying is not really true, and they just assuming or making assumptions and things of that nature, I hope that a common ground, a common interest can come where everybody can be satisfied. Like, if people feel they get scammed, they get their money back or things of that nature. And, him and David Flats can get in the ring and do an exhibition and get some bread together. I'm not naive. I understand that in life you're going to have conflict. You're going to have people going, head toe-to-toe disagreements. Sometimes you might have to turn physical. I'm not naive. I don't think we're going to live in this utopia, in this world where everything is peaceful, everybody holding hands, singing Kumbaya. But as black men, as young black men, I hope we could set an example that we can agree to disagree, we could come to a conclusion, and we could have a resolution to our issues. So this is your boy Darius The Great signing off on the Dichotomy Podcast News. Peace.